The Irish Streaming Network would like to thank the following major sponsors of this year's Irish basketball team.
Smith Built Homes, East Tennessee's #1 builder of affordable homes.
The Chop House and Connor Steak and Seafood. Awesome steaks and great seafood. Perfect anytime, superb for that special occasion.
H3 Sports, professional quality facilities, specialized training and programs.
Bertle Camp Automation, industrial automation specialist since 1975.
Parkway Dental and Dr. Dan G. Lovely, DDS.
And R2R Studio, LLC, commercial and residential architecture and design services.
Thanks again to our sponsors and for your support of Irish athletics. And as always, go Irish.
Good evening and welcome to this live presentation of Knoxville Catholic High School basketball on the Irish Streaming Network, brought to you by Smith Built Homes. Now, here's your varsity lineup.
I'm Irish Junior Center, Brock Danzig.
I'm Irish Senior Guard, Chase Kirshen.
I'm Irish Senior Captain and Guard, Devari Reeder.
I'm Irish Senior Power Forward, Dawson Anderson.
I'm Irish Junior Shooting Guard and Captain Jack Somperak.
I'm Irish Junior Shooting Guard, Jackson Rowan.
I'm Irish Junior Guard, Jeff Luker.
I'm Irish Senior Point Guard and Captain Luke Smith.
I'm Irish Sophomore Power Forward, Reese Harvest.
I'm Sophomore Point Guard, Ryan McDonald.
I'm Irish Junior Guard, Sean Purcell.
I'm Senior Power Forward, Tony Scott.
You're watching live Knoxville Catholic High School basketball on the Irish Streaming Network, brought to you by Smith Built Homes.
Welcome, Irish Nation, to the campus of Austin East Magnet School here in downtown Knoxville. We have a very exciting matchup tonight with the region semifinal between Alcoa and Catholic. I'm here, Howie Somperak, on the Irish Streaming Network, sponsored by Smith Built Homes, with Father Chris Michelson. And after the overtime game and the packed house here, the environment just doesn't get any better than this, does it, Father?
Man, that was an exciting game that just finished with that overtime.
It was. We are going to have starting lineups coming out right here.
Dante Harris for Alcoa.
Yep. You want to go over some stats a little bit before the game, or anything from Catholic, or we'll wait till Catholic's now? Dante Harris is one of the most talented young point guards in all of Knoxville area, really East Tennessee. He is a freshman, and the coaches from Alcoa say it's the best young guard they've ever coached. Jonathan Webb, one of the best three-point shooters in the area. He's had two halves against Catholic where he shot, made at least 4 3-pointers and scored over 15 points twice.
Yeah, he got so hot that first game especially. He
did. First half, he couldn't miss.
Burned us, but we got him shut down the second half. Now here we go for Catholic High. Luke Smith, a senior for Catholic High, averaging 18.8 points a game, 50.4% from the field. Unbelievable.
You just don't have many people in high school.
Jack Somperak, a junior, averaging 13.3 points a game, 47.5 from three-point range. Tony Scott, averaging 5.9 points a game, 59.1% from the field. Chase Kirshen, another senior, 7.7 points per game, 50% from the field. Finally, Brock Jansen, averaging 15.9 points a game, 65.4% for the field for the year, and 6.2 rebounds.
I guess at 65%, we want him shooting the ball a lot, Father.
We got some really great, this is a great shooting team. They're a good rebounding team. It's everybody is averaging at least 4 rebounds a game, so it's great to have that many people that can rebound the ball. It's not just one person inside.
Well, and as you know from your days in Indiana, that's basketball country. you get a talented team like this with a hard-working team that buys into that defense creates their offense, and defense is the foundation. And on top of that, unselfishly sharing the basketball, and that's been a great formula for them, hasn't it?
Third time we've met this year. The first 2 games were less than 10 points. Tip is controlled by Catholic. Tony Scott down for a layup and 2 points.
Boy, that's a nice assist by Chase Kirshen, and it's great to see Tony get on track early with a very nice play to start this game. Jonathan Webb with a little runner right there. It looks like it could have been a charge, and it is. That is a big call right there. Not only does Alcoa not get the basket, we don't want Brock to get a foul early like that, and Jonathan Webb is easily their most prolific scorer, and for him to get an early foul with no basket, that is a big call right there.
Great job by Brock getting in, setting his feet.
Larry Hodge guarding Luke Smith.
Luke for a 3. Off the rim, no good.
Chase Kirshen making a good decision.
Luke almost with a steal.
Yep.
A 3-pointer.
Jack Somperak gets the rebound. Loose ball rebound.
Chase Kirshen inside, go up, and
nice.
2.
I tell you what,
4-0.
Chase Kirshen, not many people are going to stop him going inside like that. If they're not 4 or 5 inches taller than him, he's just too strong.
He is so strong going up. They foul him almost every time,
I know
but he just keeps on going.
He does. Doesn't affect him at all. You're right.
Brock with a steal. Good steal. Luke Smith bringing the ball up. All the way in for a layup and good.
Couldn't be any better right here, Father.
Great start.
A 6-0 start for the Irish. And I'll tell you right there, the double horns play that Coach Hutch talked about, they like their post feeding up to the elbows where Dante can slide off of one of them and have an easy lane to the basket. Right there you saw the inside players, Tony Scott and Janzik, not follow their forwards up to the elbow, and Dante Carter would look stunned. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he expected him to be there.
Right now, in 2 games with Alcoa, I feel like the Irish, you hear the A game, some of the team plays their A game. I feel like Catholic has not played 2 good halves. They played a very below average half. I think if Catholic comes out and puts a really good first half together, I really think this Alcoa team could buckle.
Both times we played them, they had a hot first half and were right in it at halftime. If we can get on them, I agree. I think that they will really struggle.
Yep. McKee Carter, a really good three-point shooter. And that was Jonathan Webb. Really good three-point shooter. And we don't want him to get freed up on the three-point line. He is a tough guy to handle.
Brock Janzik. Oh. Chase driving in again.
And he's fouled. Very good spin move. That's his signature spin move. Chase is so quick.
What number was that on?
And it
looks like number 4.
That was on 4, Nick Roberts.
You know, 2 things going on in this game. First of all, Chase Kirshen is a 55% free throw shooter. Good on the first.
You always like to see them make their first free throw.
It is, and it's hard. You know, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. We beat them twice already, so they've been very motivated.
That's a great point, and they're a very athletic team, probably a little bit deeper than Catholic. Very athletic, very quick. Catholic up 4, 7-3 with 5:51 to go here in the first. Where Alcoa seems to struggle a little bit is in the half court.
Rebound.
Yep. They just don't have much motion going in the half-court set.
Jack Somperak for the 3 and good.
That's one thing Alcoa doesn't want to see. They don't want to see Jack get hot.
You know, he's 47.5% on the year. That's almost unbelievable.
It really is.
Half the time he puts it up, he gets it from 3. There's a nice drive.
That was number 12, Larry Hodge. Nice drive to the basket. 10-5 Catholic.
Brock Janzik, get him involved. No.
That was a
Brock. Foul on
really,
Brock.
really good flop acting job by Webb. You know, it happens all the time in basketball.
That was.
It wasn't much contact, but he went down hard and sold it, and he got it. You know, really the first block that he had on Brock could have gone either way, so I guess they're even. What you don't want to see is Brock pick up his second. Here's Dante. Harris in the half court.
Turnover.
Nice strip by Janzik right there.
Here comes Luke. He's on the way, all the way.
That is a absolutely horrendous call.
Did they call it?
That is a horrendous call.
That was
Luke Smith. Luke Smith goes completely around the kid.
Horrible.
He moves his arm into him and falls down.
Clearly was moving.
That was a terrible call. And the thing beyond the moving is Luke really didn't make any solid contact with him. I mean, that was a terrible call. But we have to move on. There's terrible calls in basketball all the time.
It's a good strip down there.
That really hurt. What was a foul against Alcoa, turns around, and that was about a 5-point swing right there. Instead of possibly 12-5, it's 10-8 with the 3-point shot by Alcoa.
Good feed, beautiful feed to Tony Scott. That's 4 points for Tony in the first quarter. Getting him on track is a great thing for us.
It really is.
Well, there's hot on the outside.
Tony Scott is on, or that's a McKay Carter right there.
They got 3 threes already.
That's keeping them in at 12-11. Catholic, again, with a good start, only up 1.
Brock Janzik with a layup.
I tell you what, 2 big assists right there in the last 2 possessions by Luke Smith.
All 5 Catholic starters has now scored.
That's great. That right there is why I don't think Alcoa can beat Catholic. That is not an offensive set right there. A guy shooting a 3, just jacking up a 28-footer. Looked like a carry by Webb. Basket there by number 14, Teron Cox. Again, cuts the Irish lead to 1. Well, we'd like to think Catholic might separate from Alcoa, but I think we're going to have a barn burner.
3.
That was a deep 3, pretty short. Dante. Nice tip by Jack Somperak. Webb with a deep 3. That is an over the back. I mean, right now, Catholic does not seem to be getting any calls. Luke says, my bad on that one. Got a little bit cute on that pass, but just out of the reach of Jack. If he throws 100 passes, maybe one isn't bad, but he'll make up for it.
Well, Jack slopped, too. He thought Jack was going to keep going towards the basket.
Yeah.
Jack pulled up. Catholic
Dante.
down by 1.
Here we go.
Out.
3 on 2 here.
A 3 for Jack. Short. Follows nicely.
Jack to Luke. That looks good. Luke coming out of his hands. You could tell that looked good. 17-13 Irish with 2:30 to go in the first. Alcoa is so athletic, and they've got a couple shooters. They just don't seem to have any real rhythm in the half court.
So far, they have no inside game.
That was a carry. Like I said, they're not getting any. That was one pass back to Dante, and he just one-on-one creates. And he is a heck of a creative ball player.
Luke Smith calling out a play. Looks like they're trying to get the ball into Brock.
Davari Reeder into the game for the Irish.
Good rebound. Setting it up again.
Davari giving Chase Kirshen a breather. Look at that.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, that's a foul. Once again, another foul. It could have been all ball, but it looked like he got Tony Scott on the arm. Another good pass by Luke Smith. This could be trouble. Father, they're starting out like the previous 2 games. That's McKee Carter, and that concerned Hutch. Right there, the Irish are now down 1 with that 3 by Carter.
4 threes already in the first quarter. .56 seconds.
That's not the shot you want from Janzik, but he made it, so we'll take it, right?
We'll take it every time.
19-18.
1 point lead for the Irish.
This has been a strong point of the Irish closing out quarters right now. It's a back-and-forth game. 1 point for Alcoa lead and then a 1 point lead for Catholic right now. I'd like to see.
This so looks like the first two games.
It does. Father, you said it. Them coming out streaky hot shooting. What you're probably happiest about as a Catholic fan, as you said, is everybody's involved offensively for Catholic. They've played a pretty clean game. A couple careless turnovers that you don't normally see. But right now, I think only one foul on the Catholic team.
Actually, two.
That might be three. Davari. But 4.5 seconds, that's all Luke Smith needs to go coast to coast. So we got Davari with one, Brock with one, and Luke Smith with one.
And only 2 fouls for Alcoa, so it's been at least from an official standpoint, a clean game. There's been several that seemed like they were missed.
Teron Cox makes the first and ties it up 19-all with 4.4 to go in the first quarter.
One second to go, long shot.
Oh, almost made it. Nice try by Luke. So at the end of one, Alcoa with, again, streaky shooting like they've had in the previous two outings against Catholic with 4 3-pointers, have a narrow 1 point lead at the end of one.
You know, one of the things we haven't talked about yet for those out there watching the game, we have 3 Catholic High players who have been fighting the flu the last 3 days, and so far they're holding up well.
They really are. You've got Jack Somperak, I think came down with it Sunday, and then Luke Smith and Chase Kirshen followed. And, boy, it's rare to think of any sports team where you got 3 major players have the flu at the exact same time. And 3 kids that are very mentally tough, very physically tough. And right now, I think what you hope for Catholic is that it's not a real close game going down the stretch, because with the flu, you just never know. You just never know.
When they might run out of gas. But Davari's been coming on strong, and hopefully he'll be
Dawson
able to
Anderson,
spell. He'll be able to spell them some, and so because he plays all 3 of their positions.
He does, and that's a great point, Father. We really haven't talked about is Davari's got the versatility to play really about any position, and other than Brock, you know, Catholic's not the tallest team, and Davari's probably about the second biggest kid on the team. A little bit of a wild shot there by Nick Roberts.
Rebound by Brock Janzik. Davari to set it up. Catholic into their half-court game. Inside.
Nice. I tell you what, Chase. That right there, Chase has just gotten so much more versatile around the basket, and he is just becoming really a skilled basketball player. Wild pass.
I think Chase, when he gets inside, he is so strong. We need to keep working it in, and sometimes if they're really going to double up on Brock, they need to try to get it in there to Chase.
I agree. And Alcoa is not an extremely tall team either. Look, Chase can definitely post up against Alcoa.
Jack to Brock, up and
good. God, he's fouled on that. I tell you what, they're not getting any love under the basket.
No.
Catholic with the 3-point lead, 23-20. Dante Jones going to try to go 1-on-3. And this is where, again, I think Alcoa they've got a couple guys that can create. Nice strip there by Chase.
All the way down. Chase for the layup. Good.
I mean, Chase, for a 220-pound full football player that plays so viciously on the football field, he's got a lot of touch.
Catholic
in
with
basketball.
a 5-point lead.
Nice. A second great defensive play right there by Chase Kirshen. He barely tips that ball. Chase, again, with the flu, is playing extremely well early on here. Nice wraparound layup, reverse layup by Jack Somperak.
8-0 in the second quarter for Catholic. We now have a 7-point lead.
Right here, again, the Irish faithful have to hope for some colder, some cooled-off shooting from Alcoa, because in the half court, look at this. We're going 1-on-5 right here with Dante Harris. That's a guy they would like shooting the ball. Got a little fortunate there, a tip ball, and ends up being an air ball right in the hands of Nick Roberts. So they got some good fortune right there. Nick Roberts with a heads-up play to get the layup. 5-point lead now for the Irish. DeVary's got to be careful not to carry the ball. He's kind of turning it up a little bit.
These refs are letting them play, and I think ultimately that's going to be the Catholics' advantage.
I think no doubt they're a very physical team.
Chase
is feeling it right now.
He is.
Chase is really, really playing well.
That's 9 points for Chase on a 7.7 season average.
Dante Harris.
With the flu.
Yeah, with the flu. And you can tell he's pale. Doesn't look like his normal self, but there's no excuses in any of these kids. And
they can slow it down as far as I'm concerned. They can take all day.
They're trying to isolate Dante, and again, they don't, other than Dante and Webb and McKee taking deep threes, they don't have a lot of motion on offense.
Luke Smith skies.
And I think,
get the
well, he really gets up.
Jack, come on, Jack.
Kirshen right there again.
Chase once again. He's everywhere.
Get it, Janzik.
Brock's got
it.
Get
the call. That is
Fine.
Another terrible call. I'm not believing this. That guy right there, I'm going to have to take my headset off. This is unbelievable.
That was terrible.
Oh, my gosh. That's two of the worst calls. Now, one thing Luke Smith does a tremendous job is he respectfully talks to the officials and works them during the game. But that was a terrible call right there. The guy's jumping up, going into Brock's chest, and they call that call. That is a crazy bad call. Dawson Anderson with a great rebound.
And Brock's out probably for the half if we can keep the lead, which is okay. Dawson has played very well. Most teams he'd be a starter.
Yep. Another foul. Unbelievable. That's a horse shot right there. That's a 30-footer from a guy Alcoa probably doesn't want taking that shot.
Catholic needs to settle down, I think, and get offense going.
Chase, I'm saying it's going in. He is feeling it right now. Chase Kirshen with probably his best quarter of the year right here, Father.
That's
and
9 points in this quarter.
I'm telling you, you've got an all-state football player who was probably the MVP overall offense and defense of a state champion Catholic football team last year. They were severely disappointed in an upset loss to Fulton this year. And along with his other football teammates that play basketball, Chase is very hungry for another ring right now.
He is. And 10-point lead, we need to keep up the pressure. If we go into halftime with them down, I think they'd really be feeling the pressure.
I agree.
The other two games, I think one was 3 and one was 4-point leads at halftime. So we need to keep that pressure turned up, and I think that's going to – we can already see they're already starting to take a few questionable shots from long distance.
Right. One thing you don't like to see is a referee that refs with emotion and likes to seem to have attention drawn his way. And the one official that's had 2 bad calls against Brock and missed several calls, blatant calls that could have been called against Alcoa, seems to be a guy that could really hurt the Irish. That's the one thing that probably scares me the most. That was a nice shot there by Larry Hodge.
Is that a 2?
That was a 2. Cuts the lead to 8.
Set it up, Luke.
Luke with a 30-footer.
That was probably not the best decision there by Luke. Good block by Dawson Anderson. Luke coming down all the way, layup.
Well, what I was about to say, Father, is very quickly Luke will make up for it. He rarely makes a bad decision, although when they played in Atlanta, he made one from about that distance. So he's got some crazy range sometimes, but I agree. But again, makes up for it with a loose ball turnover and turns it into 2 points. Nick Roberts is good from downtown as well. Another versatile player for Alcoa. He's very deceiving. He cuts the lead back to 7.
That's their first 3 of the second quarter.
Yep. Does Webb only have 1 foul for them? Because I'm a little surprised.
He has 1 and Nick has 1.
I'm a little surprised he's been sitting out so long.
Chase to Davari.
Irish up 7 in no hurry. I like the fact that they're being patient here. Nice.
Davari.
Nice pass.
And
nice finish with McKee Carter in his face. Great finish by Davari, and even better pass by Chase. Dawson Anderson, again, playing a key role, playing some key minutes. He's really an unsung hero off the bench. You like a guy that does what he can do, doesn't try to do too much, and you hear coaches say all the time,
Webb just
do
came back in.
Yep, just do your job. That's a good call right there. We got to know where Webb is all the time, Father.
Good steal, almost a steal.
But Dawson Anderson, I like the fact that Dawson Anderson is always coming in, doing what he's supposed to do, and a scrappy player.
Chase has really played very well. Officials had to converse about something.
Irish lead back to 9. Be good to see Alcoa get an empty possession here. Roberts is the guy they've got to watch out for, number 4. He can get hot. McKee Carter.
Get that rebound. Jack.
Luke almost gets a steal. Nick Roberts. Larry Hodge for the drive. They cannot call that basket good.
He did.
Unbelievable. That's the one thing that I'm very disappointed in so far. This officiating, even though they haven't called a ton of fouls, has completely been one-sided. Yep. Right there, you have a Catholic player hold the arm back.
Who's that foul on?
Luke Smith. Luke.
Wow, that's 2 on Luke.
That's the second foul on Luke. Luke got a little piece of his arm on the way to the basket, but he takes 3 more dribbles and makes a layup. And that's like a continuation foul in the NBA.
Yeah. All right, we're going to hold for the last shot of the half, hopefully. We got a 7-point lead. Alcoa seems fine, just letting us run the clock down.
Luke needs to come out and help. I like Luke out here in this situation. There we go. One more dribble, give it to Luke, and let's make something happen. Go out and help him, Luke. Six seconds to go. Okay. Luke's going to create. That's a kick ball. Come on. That is a kick ball.
What?
I'll tell you what.
Wow. Hello, Catholic High Irish fans. Just getting ready to the second half. Wanted to give you some statistics from the first half. In the first quarter, Catholic High came out hot, but then Alcoa came back very quickly and ended up leading 20-19 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Catholic High came out hot, stayed hot most of the quarter, and outscored Alcoa 17-9. So the halftime score, Catholic was up by 36-29. Going over the scoring, Luke Smith, 7 points in the first half. Jack Somperak, 5 points. Chase Kirshen, 12 points. Seemed like more than that. Tony Scott, 4 points. Brock Janzik, 6 points. Davari Reeder, 2 points. Dawson Anderson played and did not score. For the Alcoa Tornadoes, Jonathan Webb scored 3 points. Dante Harris, 5 points. Nick Roberts, 5 points. Larry Hodge, 6 points. McCallie Carter, 6 points. Excuse me. Trevon Cox, 4 points. Jalen Carter played and did not score. Once again, halftime score, 36-29. The Catholic High Fighting Irish. Once again, this is the third time these teams have played. Catholic won the first two. Once, I believe, by 4 points and the other by 7 points. Catholic High right now, if they can come out strong in the third quarter, hopefully can put the pressure on Alcoa and put this game away in this quarter.
I agree, Father. Like you said at the onset, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times. And right now, I think the main advantage Catholic is showing is that basketball coaches don't want to have empty possessions, meaning they don't get a shot off, they've got a turnover, a careless foul, and oftentimes the thing that's been so nice for this Irish team is one bad thing happens, and it seems like Luke Smith takes it to another level and makes sure he gets an assist that ends up in an easy bucket. Absolutely. And that's why it's hard to get on any kind of long run against Catholic.
My MVP for the first half was Chase Kirsch.
There's no doubt. He really, really played well, especially like you said, having the flu. And that was being held. Okay.
They called that one. They finally got it right.
Yes, that's
number 4.
I think a few Catholic fans maybe gave him a word on the way to the locker room.
That was
tell him to try to call it both ways.
His second foul. For the game, Alcoa has 3 fouls.
That was a foul on against Jag. They didn't call it. Again, Dante Harris was guilty on that one. McKee Carter with the ball. Oh, bad pass by Alcoa.
Over and back.
You know, I really think there's been 3 times, twice in the first half and right there, where Alcoa players standing flat-footed and doesn't expect to get the ball, and I think that's a byproduct of them not passing and sharing the ball much in the half court. I think if the Irish come out strong in this third quarter, they could really put some distance between them and this Alcoa team.
Brock, good play, good turnaround for 2.
You know, sometimes it's hard to notice when you watch Brock, but he really covers a lot of ground when he jumps.
He's very quick.
He is, and very, very athletic.
That was.
I tell you what, for a freshman, that is a really, really nice play by Dante Harris right there. But once again, he's playing 1-on-5 and not really getting his other teammates involved in the offense.
Chase driving in, up.
Picking where he left off. Good. You really like seeing him make his first bucket of the half. Catholic up again by 9 with 6:48 to go. Larry Hodge.
He missed a layup. Oh, there's a foul. Foul on Chase Kirshen, his first.
He might feel that one when he wakes up in the morning. He took Chase's.
The other kid.
Yeah, he took Chase. Yeah, he took Chase's knee to the chest on that one. That was he's looked like bending over there. He really took a shot. Nick Roberts is shooting. Makes the first one, cuts the lead to 8. Nick Roberts with the second. Number 14, Teron Cox, he really provided a lift. Didn't do a lot of scoring, but really a good facilitator, a good guy getting loose balls and rebounds. Yeah, kind of like a Dennis Rodman type player.
He had 4 points in the first half.
Yep. He provided a spark for Alcoa, and
Catholic is making a concerted effort to go inside. Brock's working really hard. Chase for 3. No.
That's Dante Harris, the point guard, with the rebound, fighting in amongst the trees. I tell you what, Dante Harris is going to be really good in years to come. He is a very electric ball player, very quick.
That was a nice play.
You know, we were fortunate that Teron cut under Brock and went away from him, because that could have easily been Brock's third foul right there. That was a not real heady play by Teron. He makes the basket, but he could have drawn the third foul on Brock Jancic. Nice pass. Chase Kirshen, as you said, Father, he was MVP of the first half, and he is really, really playing well to start the second. That's a travel. Nice defense by Chase Kirshen. Draws that travel.
Yeah, he bounced into him and bounced off.
He sure did. Larry Hodge. Again, you see a lot of one-on-one play in the half court by Alcoa, and they're so athletic, and they're such a streaky shooting team. They're still in the game. Catholic
holding on to that 7-point
just a 7-point lead.
Jack thought about it.
Tony hasn't been real involved in the scoring, but has played a real solid defensive game for the Irish.
Chase. Called a charge on him. His second foul.
That's where Chase has got to be careful. But he's been so productive tonight. I can't blame him for trying. How many points does he have now, Father?
14.
Wow. Nice defense by Brock Janzik right there on Jonathan Webb.
And not to pick up the foul. Oh.
Tipped out of bounds by Harris.
Nice thought. Almost was a good play.
You know, I got to give Harris credit. He is all over the place. Got the rebound earlier. He's one of their smaller kids in the starting lineup, and he's defending Brock Janzik on that fast break transition play. Really a quick leaper.
Get them all in.
Catholic holding on to a 7-point lead with 4:42 to go here in the third.
Jack trying to get set up for a three. Brock.
I mean, Chase with a fadeaway.
He's feeling it tonight, and you go for it, buddy.
With the flu. That just shows how tough this kid is. Stretches the Catholic lead to 9 with 4:17 to go. And again, we're a lot of one-on-one play.
Oh,
nice pass.
Go, Luke. Luke got the steal.
Look at Luke.
Here we go for two.
I want you to look at that right there. Luke gets the tip. He's got to go get the ball to the left sideline of the court, and no one can catch him. He's deceivingly fast, and that's why coaches are looking at him in the next level. Nice pass by Dante Harris.
Oh, Luke. That's 3 on Luke.
Okay, Father, correction. The second foul of the half, I wondered why they didn't pull Luke at the end of the second quarter, and it's because that foul announced by the announcer was not his second. That was officially his second.
Somebody else has a foul that I didn't get, but that's okay. I'm happy to not give it to him.
Do we have any other?
I'm very happy I'm not the official scorer.
And we don't have any other players that end in one. So that ends up being a 3-point play by Teron Cox. Again, a real solid player for Alcoa.
8-point lead.
This has been a pretty fast-paced game, hasn't it? Had not a lot of stoppages. As you said, not a ton of fouls called by the officials.
Brock going in. Now there's a foul. I don't know who it was on, but there was a foul.
Brock has not gotten one call tonight. Luke Smith, what a steal and a great pass. This could end bad for Alcoa. Brock has not gotten one call inside tonight.
No, he has not.
But I love it. He's battling it. Luke, the last couple games, has gotten about 2 steals like that a game in the second half where he kind of plays back, kind of hides, and comes and steals a pass right as they're coming up the court.
He's so deceptively quick.
Cat quick. And the basketball IQ along with it, and he is very dangerous defensively. Nice drive to the basket by Tony Scott. Great assist by Luke Smith.
Big point. Big points. 10-point lead.
Larry Hodge. Chase got a hand on that one. That's not Dante's best part of his game. Chase makes a smart play to hold up right there.
This is a big play. All right, Brock. Oh, my goodness.
Dante is so quick. Nice play by Chase Kirshen.
Oh, look, there can't. Oh, wow. It had to have been a. Wow.
I mean, that guy fouled. I think two players fouled Chase Kirshen.
Wow.
This bald official down here has not called one foul against Alcoa. It's unbelievable. I hate to complain about officiating, but this literally would probably be a 20-point lead from the Irish if it was just called.
You know what? In the CAK game, boy, there was some real questionable calls there.
and they get a very, very cheap blocking call. It was the right call, but there have been much more aggressive fouls. Good.
Who's that on?
It was on number 24, Jalen Carter.
This could be a big play here.
Chase has got to be careful right here. They're in no hurry. Another great assist by Luke Smith. And the great thing about Luke's assist is they usually end up in layups.
50 to 38 when they have that 12-point lead, but it seems like more when it's that kind of a score, 50 to 38. When there's
nice play by Tony Scott, getting his hand in there. They just don't. That's one thing with Alcoa. They don't get too many easy baskets against this tough Irish defense.
Brock up for another rebound. Alcoa's been cold, so that's been to Catholic High's advantage, but they were hot in the first half.
And you can see the respect for Luke Smith. They're not trying to press the Irish. So far this year, when teams press the Irish, it usually ends up in easy buckets. And if I know Hutch, they're not in any hurry right now. Make the defense extend. See if they can get an easy basket. Lead. Okay, he called one. I think he might have heard me. Finally calls a blocking call. Again, might have been the least contact Brock's had all night. Or no, that was Chase.
Who is that on?
That was on number 2, Tyler Ogle. Webb back into the game, and McKee Carter.
Chase Kirshen, a 55% free throw shooter, makes his first. He's now 2 for 3 for the game.
And questioning the coach a little bit here, McKee Carter hits 2 threes in the first quarter. Jonathan Webb hits a 3, and they miss the majority of that quarter right there. Just now come in.
There's another steal. Down to Luke. He'll go up for a layup.
Yes, good. And he finishes. Nice pass and steal by Jack Somperak, and a really athletic finish by number 1, Luke Smith.
That puts us to a 15-point lead. We needed to extend the lead this quarter. I felt like that was the key to the game, and they've come out hard in this third quarter, hopefully putting this away where there'll be another run by Alcoa.
You do. They're just too athletic and too streaky of a shooting team.
They're threes. If they start hitting those,
they can hit them in bunches. Right now, Chase is all over Webb. Dante Harris, Hodge. It's not the best creator of the bunch.
No, but they have gone cold, and that's
and again, like we've talked about all game, they don't have much rhythm in the half-court set. And if they're not hitting threes and Dante Harris isn't getting free lanes, it was a great defensive adjustment that we talked about from Hutch. And Dante's not getting his screen action that he's had the first 2 games.
16-point lead, holding the ball for the last shot. That's a lot of time I think Alcoa's going to wish they had back.
You're right. Nah.
10 seconds to go. Got it in the right man's hands.
You got that right.
Gosh,
he is tough.
And the end of the quarter.
I tell you what, I haven't seen a better finisher in high school basketball at the end of a quarter. He is so tough at the end of a quarter.
Catholic High outscores Alcoa 20-9 in the third quarter. The score is 56 to 38, an 18-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
Well, Father, one thing Coach Hutch has talked about is as good as this team is, what are we at about around 24 in a row right now, winning streak?
I think 23 or 24 in a row. They're 27-1.
So a team that's doing that well, that's approaching 90-something wins in their 4 years as seniors, and he told them after the second win against Alcoa that he didn't feel like they really had a signature win, or really just a big-time win. And for 3 guys to have the flu and to come out like they've done tonight, this could be a signature win that could really springboard them, I think, into the next game. And if they can win that, or win or lose, win their play-in game going to state. I think this could really be a confidence builder, knowing that they came into this game a little way short-handed health-wise.
And you got three Catholic High players in double figures going into the fourth quarter already. These first couple minutes of the fourth quarter, we could put it away, or Alcoa could get back in it, depending on.
I'd be surprised unless they hit some deep threes. I just don't see them getting on any long run because they just have no rhythm and no answer for this change of defense for Catholic. Well, that's a good start with Larry Hodge hitting a three.
They come into a full court press.
That was a bad call. Jack's right foot slipped, but he kept his plant foot still, and the Irish calls the travel anyway. Dante Harris on the inbound.
This is where we got to stop them right away. Don't let them get another three. That'd be 6-point switch.
Nice call right there.
Okay, we'll take that one. I think that's a makeup call myself.
I agree.
That was
more than anything a little out of control, but I wouldn't have called that a foul.
No.
But I'll take it because I thought they were about to call Luke for a block, which it definitely was not a block.
Going down, Luke to Janzik for a layup. Good.
Like we said, most of Luke's assists into the layup. That was some good passing right there. Nice tip ball. Did it tip off Alcoa? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Nice play. Tony Scott's had about 3 of those in the second half.
You know, Tony's only got, he's got 6 points for the game, but he has played a solid defensive game.
He really has.
And he's created some havoc, and that's what you want him to do.
He has, and really played like you want a senior to play in a big game like this.
You know, Catholic is so lucky. They got 3 point guards out there all the time.
That's another bad call. Alcoa tips the ball across the half court. I mean, again, that official has called every single call against Catholic except one tonight. Catholic up 17. Called the foul on Tony Scott.
That's his first.
They don't want to get in the bonus here. The Irish still 3 fouls from being in the bonus. Nice block, Brock.
Beautiful block.
Nice rebound by Tony Scott.
Jack, no, let's just not get in a hurry. Clock is our friend right now. They're going to have to press, and then Brock is going to just eat them up inside. There's Luke. So they must have called a foul on 12.
That was on Hodge.
His first. We're going to be getting up there to the bonus here before long. One more to the bonus. We're going to see how the free throw practice all year long.
Ooh, sloppy pass right there. Got very fortunate for Catholic to retain possession there. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Tyler Ogle.
You know, they go from calling nothing to touch fouls.
I know. The 4 or 5 fouls, I agree, Father, that they've called against Alcoa have been a lot less violent than things they let go in the first half, especially a few that were taken at the hands of Brock Janzik.
Getting ready to put down a lot of ones here for the rest of the game. Jack Somperak, an 84% free throw shooter on the year.
Yeah, he doesn't miss many at the stripe. Jack's got a pure
You're not
stroke.
prejudiced, though, are you?
No, never. Shoots them like I did in 8th grade, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? The heads are falling on Alcoa players.
They are, and with 3 guys with the flu for Catholic, this is a character-dominating win right here. And they haven't won yet, but nice wraparound pass by Tony Scott. A little cute there, but
yeah, they're gonna make Alcoa run, catch them. We're in the
bonus. He's got a 5 count going on Luke, and the guy's not within 5 feet. That official's killing me. I tell you what.
There you go, Chase.
Chase Kirshen.
My MVP.
I'm telling you, he has been on fire tonight. Webb with a deep 3. He can shoot it. They must have all watched the replay of that Bulls game where Jordan scored, 54, 52 when he had the flu against the Jazz.
We've held on for the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter to our 18-point lead. They're going to have to start biting into that here soon or the game's going to be over. They're going to run out of time.
Well, Hutch just got his 500th win Saturday, a dominating 35-point win over a tough Union County team, and he doesn't get enough credit for how good of a coach he is defensively. When I was at Notre Dame, we had a team that probably should have won state. That year we beat the state champion team from Brentwood Academy by 38 in our home gym. When Catholic came to our home gym, we beat them by 46. When we played them the second time up at Catholic, they weren't even close to Notre Dame athletically. I remember telling the guys, you better watch out. He's going to have some kind of different defense. They beat, with our AD at St. Joseph, Drew Franklin, they beat Notre Dame by 6 that game, and it was because of a really, really good defensive game plan, and he's always had that as his foundation.
Well, Catholic, if they win tonight, which is looking promising, they'll have at least 2 more games to go in the season. They'll play CAK for the region championship, and then they'll have a sub-state game depending on the home team. The one that wins this region plays home. The second-place team plays on the road. Luke Smith drives for another
nice.
Beautiful.
He takes some strong contact there, but no call. But
the nice
extends
thing
the lead
is
to 20.
Luke is so consistent. He scores in every quarter.
Which, you hear coaches talk about players that let the game come to him. You rarely see Luke force anything.
Right.
And he takes his opportunities.
Okay, there you go, Luke. Chase
lost it. Chase got fouled on that one again. He's not going to lose the handle on the basketball like that, but again, a no call. Janzik gets the tip to Luke, and again, that's Janzik with the assist on that rebound.
He so often keeps the ball alive.
He does.
If he can't get the rebound, he keeps it alive.
You're exactly right. And tipped it in the right direction.
And when you have a quick team, that's a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Chase he has felt it all night.
He has.
He wants to go in there so bad, but they're going to let Tony go in to Brock for another layup.
And, Tony could have easily taken that layup right there, but he gives it to a teammate that's more wide open. Look at Webb with that deep 3 right there.
10 points in the second half for Brock Janzik. Foul on number 3. That's his third.
Well, if Dante grows a few more inches, you just never know. Nowadays, I don't really like the trend, but more and more parents are holding kids back in the 8th grade for athletic reasons, and so if he's a true freshman age-wise, he really could be special. Even if he's 16 right now, he's still going to be really good.
17-point lead. Luke Smith makes the first on the season. He's an 82.5% free throw shooter. Almost money in the bank every time, especially late in the game.
And, Father, you've done a good job compiling the stats. You really like a team that has a couple of their key ball handlers shooting over 80%, and that's one thing that's helped them close out games this year. Across even Brock Janzik, their big man, shoots it well.
Back up to 19.
Ogle with a bucket from the elbow.
Luke to Janzik for another layup. He's killing them. Luke with a steal for another 2. Game, set, and match.
Yep, that's
They have no energy left.
Oh, that's a carry. I called a double dribble. I'll give it to him.
It is so hard to beat a team 3 times. We're going to do that to Alcoa tonight. Now we have to do a 4th game against CAK. 3-0, and now you got to play them a 4th time. Wow, that is going to be a tough game.
It will.
Brock Janzik, another 2.
Luke's looking at him like, come on now, I was trying to give you an alley-oop.
Wanted to get Brock. Brock, I think, got 7 dunks on the year. They wanted to try to get him a 8.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, he's out of bounds. That's I was expecting a close game. I was not expecting. Catholic. I thought with the flu and stuff, they come in the second half that they might run out of gas. But boy, those guys have sucked it up.
I agree, Father. With the flu, I feel like healthy, they could do something like this. But I'm really impressed, and I think they had the chance to really put a stamp on the character of this team and build momentum, and that really, to me, has done it for me.
Yeah, they are going to sleep tonight, those guys. Got a foul on number 24.
You think you could call President
Carter.
You presidents stick together. You're president of St. Joe. You think you could call President Somprak and get them a late arrival to school tomorrow or something? Can you just write them that pass? You don't have to call him.
I think his son needs to call him. Luke Smith back to the line, raising that 82% level. Tonight he's 3 for 3.
Well, and there's a reason he's a Mr. Basketball finalist, and your best players are not just guys that build stats. Luke's a guy that makes everybody around him better.
He does.
And completely unselfish. The chemistry of this team, win, lose, or draw, has just made him an absolute blast to watch this year.
5 for 5.
And all Luke cares about is winning.
He could care less. If they won the game, he didn't score.
No ego whatsoever.
Okay, that was a weak ref.
Whistle.
He didn't know what to call. He blew the whistle and goes, oops.
That's what they call swallowing your whistle. He wanted to swallow it and not call it, but too late. Rare turnover. 13 more of those, and this could get close.
Yeah. You don't want to see a team you just need to keep on building it up. Brock going in, Jack to Brock for layup. Boom.
I know Luke has a double-double. I'm not sure how many rebounds he has, but he's got double-digit assists. There's no doubt about that, in addition to points. Game getting a little bit sloppy here in the last couple minutes. A 22-point lead for Catholic.
Back to Davari. They're just going to take the air out now.
You're right. No hurry here.
They want a foul. Wait, Brock saved a turnover there. There's another foul, but I think the referees want to go home as well.
Yeah, they're getting hungry. Man, he has got so much touch around the basket. I mean, you see NBA guys miss that shot. He is really, really talented around the basket. Deep, deep shot from McKay Carter. Another rebound by Brock. He's got to have a double-double as well.
40 seconds.
If he's got 10 points, as he sure does.
We'll add up
almost
some
20
statistics here in just a moment.
Davari's played some good minutes tonight. Doesn't show up a ton in the stat sheet, but really clean game from Davari. No need to have a silly foul here, Alcoa. Well, they stepped on their throat in the second half, Father. 24-point blowout victory over the Alcoa Tornadoes. Very athletic, very lethal ball club. Well-coached club. And Hutch officially gets his 501st victory.
501, can you believe that? Here's some statistics for the game. Leading all scores, Luke Smith with 24 points, Jack Somperak 7, Chase Kirshen 19.
Wow.
Tony Scott 6, Brock Janzik 22, Davari Reeder 2. We had almost 3 with over 20. For the Alcoa Tornadoes, Jonathan Webb 9, Dante Harris 9, Nick Roberts 7, Larry Hodge 9, McCallie Carter 6, Trevon Cox 9, Tyler Ogle 7. Catholic High's defense tonight did not allow a single Alcoa player to get in double figures.
And that's exactly going to be my point. Father, that's a great stat right there to bring up, because what we talked about Hutch, he has been drawing up defensive game plans all year that have been working, and you got to have the players that have the buy-in to execute it, but you've got Chase Kirshen that can shut good scorers down. You got Luke Smith that's become a real dominant defensive player. You got Jack Somperak that's done a tremendous job, especially with guys shooting deadly from three-point range. And, of course, Brock Janzik being the cleanup guy in the middle. We've said it all year. If this team can stay out of foul trouble, they're going to be very hard to beat, and they continue to get better as the season goes on. Our Thursday night game will be against CAK.
6 p.m.
That'll be Thursday at 6, again here at Austin East. Father, any closing comments?
Well, I was worried tonight with 3 people with the flu we'd run out of gas. Second half, Catholic outscores Alcoa 44-20.
Well, and I think so much in sports, I think, is, they say the difference between high school and college is so much mental. How mentally tough are you? The difference between college and pro, how mentally tough. You've got a crew of guys here with Catholic, especially in Luke Smith, and Chase Kirshen, and Jack Somperak, Brock Jan, Tony Scott. These guys aren't just seasoned athletes. They are very, very, very tough mentally, and they have a goal. It's not about winning any one game. They want to win it all. And tonight really showed that mind over matter. They're not going to allow an illness to get in their way.
They were not.
And really, they didn't even – if you look at their skin color, it didn't look so hot, but they did not look tired in the second half.
They did not. And what we can't, I don't think we've probably done justice tonight, but Smith-Built Homes has made all this possible, not just tonight, but all season long. Wonderful grant to Catholic High School to be able to broadcast these games. I remember growing up, I'm sure you do too, if you were on the radio once, that was really high class.
Big time.
To be able to show these games is just an absolutely wonderful thing. So we thank Rocky and Marianne Smith, all the people at Smith-Built Homes, for this wonderful opportunity that we have to bring these games.
And one thing, Father, along those lines, more and more schools are picking up these high-definition broadcasts, and a lot of schools don't have somebody on the level of Father Tony Budnick that has a background in TV production to have the quality broadcast. And on top of that, with every place he goes, there's different things to deal with, different hookups, different challenges.
And he does a great job.
And he goes early and always makes it happen.
And tonight he was the cameraman.
So tonight he was the camera. He does it all.
Like that,
he does it all.
He worked for WVLT for years and years in their sports department, so we are so greatly blessed to with everyone who gives so much to make these broadcasts possible.
And one last thing, the fact that we're talking about the Smiths, being able to broadcast these in high definition. Most high school broadcasts across the state and across the country are not in high definition. I've been watching, when I haven't been able to broadcast the games, whenever we get the opportunity at the house on a big screen TV. The first time I turned it on this year on the big screen TV, my son, I think, thought it was Christmas. The quality of the picture was tremendous. So, again, thank you to Rocky Smith and Marianne Smith and Smith-Built Homes. It's been a tremendous plus for Catholic to have this ability.
See everybody again Thursday night, 6 o'clock.
Again,
region finals, Catholic versus CAK,
and probably their biggest rival in all sports. So it'll be a packed house. We'll see you Thursday. Go Irish.
Go Irish.